Hi there, how are you? Welcome. Cool. So there's a couple people here. Hi, good to see you, Lexi. Queen Kimmy, hi. So usually when I start the reading, I just ask for everyone's first name, and then if you're not comfortable, you can kind of go by your first initial. One of the things I wanted to say that it's a private link now. Hi there. Awesome. So it's a private link now, but I will probably post it on my channel afterwards. I just wanted to keep it private, to keep it smaller. And so I just wanted to let you know that it's like the older readings that I was doing where it will show up on my channel when we're done. Okay. So, hi, Citra. Yes, hi. Cool. So, Maria, Alyssa. Awesome. So I see like new faces and people returning. So this is fun. Tara, okay, I remember you. Okay, cool. So everyone who wants to participate would just have to say their first name. Okay, awesome. And then we kind of take it from there. So some of you, hi Brisa, Chrissy, Vanessa, hi, cool. Okay, Angela, okay. Awesome. Okay, so basically, I'll just explain it for anyone who hasn't been here before how it kind of works. And I do think that I'm going to start with spirit here and loved ones who has passed on first. I don't think we're going to spend as much time with loved ones in the spirit world. Carissa, hi. Oh my God, that's so awesome. Thank you for coming. So cool. So we're going to start with mediumship for the first portion of it. I probably won't stay there too long because I have this feeling like more people are a little bit more interested in getting like a psychic reading, and it is a full moon and it feels more like personal messages that people are looking for and that kind of thing. So I probably will go into that sooner than later, and we'll probably go for about an hour with everything. And then I guess I should ask if anyone has any questions, like how it's going to run, like if you have any questions. Oh yeah, so I also should say, hi Mary, thank you for coming. I also should say that what happens when I connect to spirit is the person who steps forward first will start describing themselves to me, and they'll give me a sense of who they are and maybe who you are too. And once I get a few bits of evidence, we call it, from the person in spirit, I'll put it out to the group, and I'll say to the group, I'll ask you if it resonates with you. You might say like, I have a grandfather in spirit who really smoked cigars and he did all the things you were saying, except for he wasn't in a nursing home, So you can speak up if most of the evidence rings true, but maybe one thing is off. But if there's more than one thing that doesn't really resonate, it might not be for you. So anyway, you just speak up and say, I think you're with me. And then I'll feel into you as well and see if I feel like the spirit is with you also. Because sometimes that connection takes a second. So we'll see how it goes. Also, the people in spirit will come. They're going to come on their own, and they come in their own order. Okay. So first I'll do an intention, and everyone in the group can kind of send positive energy or just quiet your mind while I do an intention to start off the reading. Okay. Then when I open my eyes, I'll start. Okay. So, Heavenly Father, assist me in building a bridge of light between our world and the world of the spirit. Call on the Holy Mother, angels of the light, spirit guides, and loved ones in spirit to assist me in being a clear channel for those in the group, and for Spirit. Please help in delivering the messages with clarity and accuracy in a way that the group can understand. Allow this reading to be in the highest good of all involved in the group, and that the messages come with the spirit of love, compassion, and healing. Okay. And now surrender to Spirit. Amen. Okay, the first thing that I feel here is I do have a woman stepping forward first. She really makes me feel that she would have been a prayerful person in her life, but she also feels that she would be a mother, and it feels more like she's your mother. And she's also giving me this sense that you would have had a really close relationship with her. She feels that she also is telling me that she would have had some kind of a dementia or Alzheimer's, something with the brain, where at the end of life she would have had a difficult time with that. This would have caused a lot of sadness in the family between you and her, and she's also just expressing that how hard this was on you, because I feel that you were when this happened to her, you're in the prime of your life. You're kind of young, and it was a big blow, and this was a very big loss in your life. So I feel very much that this is mother coming forward. It could, of course, be grandmother, but she feels like a mom to me. Let me see if anyone's resonating with that so far in the group. So it's a woman who's got some kind of Alzheimer's or brain issue, where she would have had like dementia. She would have been confused at the end of life, not able to communicate with you the way that you used to. She is calling you like her precious baby. So I know that it's that feeling that she's coming through as like you're her baby. And I do feel that she's here for a woman, it feels like, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So does anyone, let me see here. Is anyone resonating with her so far? Hi, Dawn. Okay. So grandma would have been very close to you, and she would have had Alzheimer's. You understand her not being able to communicate towards the end of life with you. Is there anyone else who might have a mother in spirit? Okay. Okay, Dawn. Do you understand her saying that she raised you? Okay. Chrissy? Because this woman raised you. Okay. And Matt. Okay. So, Chrissy, it's your mother, right? Is that right? Not grandma. Okay. 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 So I don't, Chrissy, you can still listen in, but I don't feel that I'm with you in that sense that she was not, this woman would have been very close, but you still listen in. And as I'm looking, okay. Okay, okay. As I'm looking at you guys, I'm feeling a little bit drawn in here. But Matt, do you understand dementia? Do you understand her not being able to communicate with you towards the end of her life? You don't get that? Okay, okay. So here I'm going with, hold on, let me just see here. And she's also giving me that you would have had a respiratory issues as well. She would have been a very faithful person, okay? What else here? I have to also tell you that she wouldn't, she was a bit shy anyway in life, and she would have had kept her circle very small, okay? Okay. Matt, I'm going to go with you here. I'm going to just push aside the Alzheimer's thing, because as I keep seeing your names, I know she's drawing me to Matt, okay? So you're young when she goes, and this was a big loss for you, and you understand that. there's something, I have to say one more time that there's something about the communication at the end of her life, and I may be having interpreted a bit off at first about her not being able to speak, but there's something like someone wasn't able to say something, and now I have to put it with you, because there would be some regret or something like we weren't able to have that communication. Okay, Angela. Okay, so this makes sense because I feel like she's coming for a woman. So, okay, I'm getting this. Angela, do you understand that there's almost like something that was unspoken, or that you felt like you're carrying some kind of regret or guilt around Mom's death, and she's trying to explain, you know, that's really unnecessary, or at the time there was something there that she's saying that wasn't said, and I'm just going to feel into her a little bit more. I feel that when she passed, it was just this sense of total loneliness is what she's giving me, and there was a lot of self-doubt. Okay, didn't get to say bye, right? Okay, but she's letting you know that when you that last conversation, it didn't matter because you were always so close. Okay. She gives that sense of like, it was just a very stark, longer period of truly missing her. I mean, she's giving me the feeling of just losing your anchor in life, and she just wants you to know that she witnessed all of that from spirit. And she's also putting herself, now I see her planting a garden of roses, okay? But I'm also, as I'm seeing her doing it, it's like you're doing it for her. So there must have been some kind of memorial with these rose bushes, or she planted rose bushes, because she's showing me how there's rose bushes, and her feeling around that is this is a big connection to you, okay? Do you understand that? Because let me see what else she's doing here. I feel that she's also saying to you, Angela, that her family is her life. She had friends and things like this, but she, okay, so you have tattoos. Wow, okay, that's really cool, because the way she shows it is like real roses, and I know it was in memorial to her. She got her hands on them, and I just want to say that's how she showed me, like her hands are on those roses. So I feel that she's very, okay, she's very just pulling out. She wants to say that her heart is in those roses. Her spirit is in that memorial, and so that's a tattoo. So that's beautiful. Just want to leave you with a message from her. Okay. There's something she wants to talk about, your creativity and your own mother. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So she's just saying like you do great as a mother. And there's always that question, like, I wish my mother was here because she would know what to do and I don't know what I'm doing. She's saying that you thinking that I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know if I'm living up to, you miss her support. You wish you had her there. She's saying like she's with you. She hears those thoughts, but she wants you to know how great a mother you are. Okay? Because she's always had to watch over you from spirit with raising. And I feel that she's saying the hardest part that you went through as mother happened when she's in spirit. So she sees that, she sees all of it. She keeps highlighting Matt's name because like she also needs to send her love to your son. And there's other children too, and she wants to give like little kisses. Okay. And just her love for you is really coming through really strong here. Okay. 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 Beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much. And I feel that she's stepping back here, Angela, just wants to send you off with her love. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So let's see if we have someone else coming through here. Okay. I also have a man coming through in spirit. Feels like he's on this father's side of the family, or could be dad coming through here a little bit. Okay. He has got a great personality because he's coming through like, first, like making fun of this situation, because he would never in a million years have gone to a medium or, I kind of feel like it's his first time coming to a medium. He thinks it's hilarious. I feel like he's got a young spirit, okay? He's a jokester. He gives me this sense of like a shakiness and feelings where, let's see here. Yeah, where it's like heart, again, I have to go with him with heart-related issues with his passing. Again, I don't feel that he lived. He would have passed before people felt that it was his time, but he's saying it was his time, but he would have passed kind of earlier on here. He is making fun of this scenario, which he's coming through first, so that's great. So he's funny. He also really liked just having a beer. He just like relaxing in his family room. He has a favorite chair. Okay. Chrissy, this sounds like dad to you? Okay. Okay. Do you understand him sitting in the family room with his favorite, it's got like this, like recliner, like a favorite chair. Okay, Vanessa, you feel this is grandfather? Okay. Vanessa, stay with me, but I feel like dad, but let me know if all of the messages resonate with you. So still pay attention if you can, okay? Okay, so dad here. Okay. Because so he's just he's letting me know some things about his personality. It's just a really, like, I can't even get his personality across, but he's a great spirit. He just has the ability to make everyone smile and laugh. And I do know that he would have had such an adoration towards you, because he always wanted to end on a laugh. He always wanted like things to be okay. And he's even saying, to the point where I didn't want to talk about anything that was not, he's saying, at times I could have had more deeper conversations, he's saying, but he wanted to keep things very light. Okay. You understand that kind of personality with him, where he's not going to go into a deep philosophical talk or spiritual talk, but that he loved you so much. He don't want to go. He expressed it a lot by joking around with you. He's also like saying that he really that he would have been very supportive and watching you. You would have played like a team sport when you were younger. And I feel that he would have been a support system there. And even at times he felt like he was a coach, is kind of how he's putting it. So I don't know if he was actually your coach, but I feel like he would have taken on that role with you and in that activity. Do you understand that, Chrissy? I see you. I can't see the sport, but it's like, it's like some kind of, organized group activity where you're going, doing it outside of the house and you're on a team of some sort. Do you understand that? It's okay if you don't, because, sometimes it's like there may be another dad or grandfather here. Okay, T-ball. Not sure if you, okay. So I'm going to say that may be someone else coming through. So I'm going to put it aside for a second and I'm going to stay with dad for a second. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, let me see something here. And sorry, do you have a brother who was doing the sports? Because he's kind of pushing the coach. He's kind of pushing himself as being a bit of a coach. I'm not sure if he was, and then I'll just let it go. Because it could be him, and I could also be just working with another person in spirit and / just put it to the side. Let me just see what else he's wanting to come through here for Chrissy here. Let's see here. Okay, because I know he's coming through and he's talking about like potential with you, and I know that he's coming through and he's making me feel like, again, he's making me feel like he would have been someone who felt like he knew a simple solution to maybe a very complex issue. And he's like, just do this. It's simple. Just do this. You know, he always wanted to simplify things for you. And I feel that you would like roll your eyes at him and be like, that's not going to work. You know, this is way more complex. But he's coming from spirit to say that there's this like potential thing that's happening. I feel that it has a lot to do with your self-expression and your career. And he's just saying, you know, to simplify. Okay, so that's his message to you, Chrissy. Okay. Okay. And you understand he's mentioning your mother. I feel that they would have had, let's see here. I feel that he's sending love to mom, so I feel that mom is not in spirit with him. Do you understand that? Whew. Let's see here. Okay. 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 So he is leaving you with this message of, and it's kind of a vague message, but he has to say, he's really like, keep it simple. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I'm switching out, Chrissy. So I think that I do have another man in spirit here who is kind of overlapping a little bit. So I'm just going to say that with Dad for you, he wants to keep things simple for you. He's just sending his love for you. You know, and he's really laughing a lot. Like he's just got a great, relaxed, fun energy about him. Okay. Thank you so much. So I do feel that I might be overlapping. I feel that there's another man here in spirit, very similar in a lot of ways to Chrissy's dad. Let me just see here if I can connect with this man here. Just see. Let me see. Okay. Okay, that one I'm gonna have to let go. I'm not sure if, you know, maybe he'd come back or what's going on. I'm gonna let him go. Let me just see if there's anyone else stepping forward here, because we're about like 20 minutes in. Okay. Okay, I have a woman in spirit coming close. Just ask her to come a little bit closer here. I feel that she's just coming through. She's talking about you. She wants to discuss her house. She's identifying herself as having floral wallpaper with stripes in her house. I know that this would have stood out to you. It was she has a great sense about her where she's saying like this stood out to you because it's like it's almost like you didn't like it and she needed to like update her house. Let me see here. She feels like, you know, she comes on like mom's side of the family. She feels like an aunt or a grandmother, but it feels like someone who is a generation above you, okay? She's also giving me the sense that she would have been, let's see here. She gives me the feeling that she would have been a knitter because she's showing me a ball of yarn there. So I know she would have knit, and that's something you would have known about her. She's also saying like, she brings up this thing of like money was kind of one of her major concerns in life. And she kind of puts it like with the family that, you know, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of to spend, but we always had sweets in the house. So I also know that she would have been a baker. She's specifically talking about this like cinnamon bread or cinnamon sugary bread that she would have made, or some kind of a dessert like that. Okay, so I think that that's a woman on mom's side of the family. It could be mom, but she comes like this. Let's see here. Does anyone understand a woman like this? Let's see. So far. She's also a mother. She gives me the sense that she really enjoyed to, you know, she shows me herself alone a lot towards the end of her life, that she enjoyed sitting in her front room and doing her knitting. So she would have had a husband who passed on, I want to say long before she passed on. Let me just see here. And I'll have to go with, this feels like sister, there's like some kind of sister relationship. So either it's mom's sister, or she's bringing up a sister relationship to identify herself. Let me see here. Who does anyone resonate with this woman? I just want to see who's here because I have to like look over the names. Let me see. It's so hot. Okay. Does anyone resonate with this woman so far? I'm gonna say like I'm when I'm scrolling over, I see like I'm drawn towards Dawn, and I'm also drawn towards Vanessa. You just see. Okay. Let me just see if I can get something more specific from her anyway. Okay. Amanda, do you understand this bread that she's talking about, this like special dessert that is like a cinnamon flavor that she's talking about? I'm gonna say that's probably the most specific thing that she's giving me. You know, a lot of grandmothers knit, and a lot of, you know, but you know, that kind of thing where it's like more specific. Let me just see here. And just keep going with her. I do feel she's still with us. I know that she comes to just express love. It's just an exciting feeling of getting through. Just wants to get through. I also have to say that there would have been okay. Okay. And she would have made that for you. You understand that, Amanda? Okay. Do you understand? She's giving me this feeling like she was far away, like that she didn't live very close to you. Do you understand that? She's giving me this feeling like there was more space between you than she would have liked. I feel that someone had to move away due to, oh, she lived with you? Okay. I don't know if I'm with you, okay? I don't know that I'm with Amanda right now. Is there someone else who understands this cinnamon dessert? Okay, and understands the cinnamon dessert, understands this distance between you, like she would have wanted to live closer and she would have wanted to be there all the time. Her husband would have passed long before she passed. And then I'll just see if I can connect it with someone else, and then I'm going to move into the psychic portion. Let me see. Let's see here, one more thing. Okay. Great grandma. Okay. I felt drawn towards Dawn initially. I'm not sure what 7-Up cake is, but I feel like I'm working with more than one spirit person coming through at once, and that they're working with me on being able to determine that there's more than one here. But I felt very drawn towards Dawn with this woman on mom's side of the family. Let's see. Let me see here. They feel like there's something like there's distance, there's, okay. It's a widow, 16 years and crocheted. Okay. Okay. So, I feel like I'm between, to make bread pudding. Okay. So I feel like I'm either between Dawn and Mary with this woman right now. Okay. Okay. She's giving me a lot of, she's giving me that she would have been a very Christian woman as well. She's also makes me feel like, my goodness. And also she's bringing up again with the finances again. So I know that she's identifying herself as someone who really had to work hard and also felt like, she was carrying the family. She felt like she couldn't get, you didn't have two nickels to rub together kind of thing. At the same time, she's like, but we made Christmases really special, and we made, we made things really special. So I feel like she was worried about this, but at the same time, she's like, we were really able to make it happen, make it work, is another kind of bit of evidence that she brings forward for you. She also gives me the sense that she would have had like a tough life. She had a lot of responsibilities. She would have had a lot of obstacles to overcome. And she's not being really specific about those, because she's also saying, like, I'm a private person. This is a group setting. She's not going to air her dirty laundry in front of other people. She would have been a more private person, kept things looking really nice to the outside world, that kind of thing. But she would just be more intimate with people who she knew. So she really just wanted, she wouldn't just tell, and she's also kind of funny too, because she kind of makes a joke about like social media and stuff. She's like, she says like, I wouldn't be the one sharing myself to the world kind of thing. She's just coming through. Do you understand all of this? And she's coming through to tell you, let's see here. She's really coming through. Let's see. Well, she's coming through with an interesting message for you, Mary, and it's about not fearing death and not fearing grief and not staying in grief. She doesn't want you to fear death in the sense that how we feel like it is on earth. She wants to tell you what she's literally saying to me, like she returned home, and that's how it feels like. Okay, that makes sense. But she doesn't want you to carry on the grief. I feel that she says, she basically feels like, there's still more grief and more processing you have to go through towards around her death and around other losses in your life. And she's just saying, there's nothing to fear, okay? And just giving you her love. Okay. Thank you so much, Mary. Okay. Right. Okay. So she doesn't want you to carry on more grief for her, because she really gives the sense like she's returned home. She feels very much at peace and very happy to be there with her family. So I feel there's a huge family with her there on the other side. Okay. So thank you. And I'm going to move on now. Let's see, to the psychic portion. So anybody who is interested in getting a psychic, just say a quick thanks. Okay. And then anybody who's interested in getting a psychic portion, just say your first name so that I know, your name, because some of your names are not your name. So the same basically goes for the psychic portion as the as the spirit, which is when I see, I'm just going to go to who I'm drawn towards. And the reason that this happens is it's not really me like choosing. I go like, I feel spirit is helping guide me to who's needing to get a reading. And why is it this person getting the reading is because when it's a really small group, or sometimes when it's a big group, but when it's a smaller setting, that person is a good example for the rest of the group. So it's in these psychic readings, the messages that come through usually resonate here and there with a good amount of people in the reading who are in the group. So that's kind of my feeling towards how spirit is like choosing who's getting their reading more publicly, because it's going to help the most amount of people. Okay. Let me see here. Just see here. Hold on. Okay. So I feel like I keep going to John's name, and I keep saying like John. It's like as I go down the list, it's like this is what keeps popping out here. And I just want to see, just take a second to switch gears and take a sip of water. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting for you, so Dawn, it's okay. I'm going to go into your, I'm going to connect here with you for 1 second. Okay, the first thing that the very first thing that I got was that, you're being called to have a more spiritual experience. I feel like you're being called to experience more faith and things like that. So those kinds of things are coming up in your life, and I could see that you're into kind of more esoteric ways of finding your purpose and things like that. So I'm getting that a little bit. But what I'm really getting is here with like longing, and for me it feels like I'm longing for a relationship. I'm really feeling like with you, John, I just feel like my heart is going out, and it's like I'm really wanting that, and honestly, I have to say, it really feels like I'm missing someone. So it's like I'm really wanting I'm really wanting this relationship, but I feel like I'm dealing with this feeling of having had a breakup or a very extreme loss in my life. So I feel that I'm dealing with a loss of relationship. Do you understand that, Don? I'm grieving. And I'm saying through this loss and through this grief, I have to say, like I'm being drawn up to connect more to why I'm here. Okay. So you understand this, because I'm going towards, I feel like it's like really hard to get my wording out. It's been really hard to express the grief. Sorry, I am crying. You're getting it out. You're crying over it. It just feels to me that this is towards more of a romantic. Okay, so you have both going on. Okay, and so you understand this, wanting this romantic connection as well. That kind of feels like, it's just so out there. That you're just being called to have faith about it, because you don't have any sign that this is going to get better, that this is going to resolve. It just feels like at this moment in time, you're right in the middle of it. I want to tell you what's coming through is that you do have friends. I do know that there's a circle of people that are coming to you. There's people who have been there, but there's even more people who are coming to you. And I see this like as a very healing group of women, it feels like, who you've been able to rely upon. And I just am getting that feeling like your guides and your soul is saying like, this is very purposeful. These are your helpers. You have to call them. Don't feel bad that you don't call, that you're not reaching out. There's like a lot of guilt that's like, you're not keeping in touch with friends as easily, but they totally understand. And you need to know that your soul's telling you they understand, that they're not judging you. There's been like some people who have totally left your life through the grief. But that's not who we're talking about. We're talking about the true friends who you have, but we're not, you're feeling unable to reach out and get help from them. They're there for you and you have to call. Yeah, I feel like we're looking for some relief here and like taking a deep breath. Stepping back. Hold on. Let me just see here. And I want to tell you too that what's coming up is great. That's wonderful. And what's coming up for you is that I want to tell you something that is happening that feels like you're getting these headaches, these really kind of massive headaches. It just is like all right here. And I almost feel like it's sinus headaches and just like throughout the day. And I want to say this is kind of a new thing that's come on in dealing with the stress. And I'm literally just getting that, you need to just drink some more water and all of taking a little bit more, just little ways of taking better care. Let me just see here. because basically what I'm getting is you're having these headaches because your sleep's being affected by all of this, and I'm just getting information about these headaches, so I have to just go with that. Is like I'm being called to like put a very cold cloth on my head, and then just taking little sips of water throughout the day. I'm going to tell you, you're normally very healthy person, and that is helping you get through it. Like you want to take care of yourself. Okay. 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 See this here. Let me just see something. And the other thing too is like, sorry, hold on. Okay, and all I want to say about that is I just get the sense that, you're getting some of these headaches, at times, to pay attention to what's going on around you at those times, because it's like things are hard to process, or Spirit is trying to say, like, to let the information that is coming to you to come through, because I feel like there's something to do with the relationship that feels like, you're longing for the real love relationship. So just to be very, just to hold out for the true, a true connection, and to pay attention at the times that you're getting a headache, because there's some things that, is going on that you don't like, and that you're not wanting to process, you're not wanting to deal with. Just put it that way. And I feel that that's what's happening at those times, but also to take care of yourself, to get better sleep. That's coming up. Also, this is a period of time, and it's you kind of are in the middle of it, but there will be an ending to this period of time. Okay. And just like to remind you that, and to just kind of go with the flow. But I want to say that there is this thing that is coming up, and I just have to express it. I'm trying to get the right words about, an arrogant, or a person who's not totally, just be careful of just trying to see the good in others, where, they are good at their core, but that when they're not expressing goodness, you have to be very discerning with that, because you have your heart's wide open right now. And I feel like, you might make more excuses in this relationship than you feel really comfortable truly with. So you don't want to be doing that. So I just put it like that. I just want to say that to you. And then, if that doesn't resonate, you could just throw it out. It's not something, I just wanted to say that. But it feels like it's around love relationships in general, okay? So I just want to tell you that this period of time, let's see here. This is something that works itself out. And you're just being called up. You're being drawn to surrender to the experience. You're being called up to spirituality. And that's wonderful. And I see that you're doing, you're a seeker. And you're seeking the truth. And you're seeking your purpose here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, thank you, Dawn. Okay. 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 All right. God bless. And good luck to you. And okay, let me see here. Thank you so much for doing that. Reading. Let's see. Okay, I'm just looking back over the names here. Okay. Okay, so I feel like I am being drawn to Vanessa here, and I just want to say, like, I get this sense with with you, Vanessa. So is it okay if I do the reading with you, Vanessa? Are you still here? Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. So I get this sense from you that, you know, to me, you're very young. So I'm getting that feeling from you. So I'm saying like you're in your very early 20s, and maybe even young. Like I usually, so I usually make sure that I say that nobody under 18 can like attend the readings because it's not good or whatever. So I get this feeling like you're young, so I usually don't like go towards that, but I have to talk to you because there's just a message for you about accepting life as it is and letting not just like settling for it as it is, but letting, you know, loving parts of the process, because you're in a place now where it's like you can't possibly know where your life is going, and that's just the way it's meant to be. Do you understand that? You are looking for a lot of answers in your life, but it's just not the right time to get them. And okay, you're 28. Okay, so that's fine. You're definitely old enough. It feels like you're kind of you say like you're juggling two things, and I feel like you're you know, you're just trying to look for like the direction, the path. And I just want to say, like, the major message that I keep just getting for you is like, it's not meant, you're not meant to know where this is leading you. You're not meant to know a lot of things about, it just feels like I can't get any information for you kind of thing, but I had to talk to you because it's like really about like loving this process, because this is a process and it really has to do with like your career and your life purpose and your job, because I feel like you're underemployed. You know, I feel like you're working, but it's like I'm not getting enough. Okay. And I just feel like, you know, you haven't found what is the career, what is the purpose, what's the path for you. And I have to tell you that you know, you're also concerned about like life happening and creating your own family in the future, and I just feel like that's not something you have to worry about, because it's just like this will happen when it happens, but you're very concerned about like the future and where you're going because you can't see. Okay, so it's really important to just like, what I'm getting for you is like love the uncertainty, or at least try to accept it in a way, because I feel that, you know, I feel a very strong pull of wanting to be a mother with you, and I don't feel that you're a mother yet. Do you understand that? And you would want to have children, and it feels like, you know, I don't know if I can do that, like how that would happen, because it doesn't seem like that's something that I can see right now. That's the thing I'm getting for you. And it's like tied up in with your job and your career and things, and just feeling like that. And I just have to tell you, like, what I'm getting from you is your soul is like, this is like where it needs to be. And also just like from my soul, it's like, this is so normal. And this is just part of your process. So I feel like as I'm telling you this stuff, like I'm zooming out to the whole group, because we're all having a hard time with the process, like accepting like the process. Because once you hit that goal of the career, there's going to be a whole flood of new problems, new challenges for you to deal with. So it's never going to feel like it's ever over or like you've ever gotten there, because there's like nowhere to go. And I just have to say that because it's like you're yearning for that spiritual guidance, and you're going to find that, and it's not going to be in the actual job. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be through not having that, not knowing that your spirit comes forth. Okay. Okay. Right. Right. So you're doubting, okay. So you're doubting yourself about the children. That's okay because it feels like a very lost period of your life, and it feels like that. But it's like this is about just gaining confidence and just trying to surrender to this process. That's all I really can get for you. And I know that you're having a. I know that this is lost feeling. Just, but I have to tell you too, like you're starting off on that shaking up part happening where you're going to be redoing paths, and it's going to be growing pains and it's difficult, but then things will start coming together, and not to look down on yourself and feel down on yourself if that's possible in the meantime. That's really your goal right now. Okay. Okay, so just going to send you off with love there. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Also, is Brittany still here? Is there Brittany? Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Good luck to you. God bless. It's like I just am like melting in this room right now. I don't know what happens. Sometimes I get cold and sometimes it gets like so hot. So I don't know. My hair is frizzing and stuff, but I'm gonna hang in there for a couple more. I think if Brittany's still here, I thought that I don't know. I don't know if she's still here. I'll just okay. You're here. Okay. Just see. So I'm gonna try to just give you reading here. So I have to say, like, we're in, like, as a group, there's like this fogginess that is in our lives about, I want to say relationships and careers. There's a bunch of people here about relationships who are not sure about relationship, like single and looking for a relationship, and there's like a fog and a loving relationship. And then there's people who are feeling that way a little bit about career too. So I'm going to go with you, Brittany. Let's see here. Okay. I feel like I'm getting the same messages, but I have to say them anyway. It's like really about having faith right now too. And I want to say with Brittany, I'm feeling this extreme financial burden on you right now. And I'm feeling like, okay, it's like keeping me up at night, and I feel like it's you've had to take on a lot of responsibility. Do you understand having to take on like a lot of debt? And like I'm talking like debt, like responsibility, financial responsibility. Okay, do you understand that? So I'm just going through that, and I just want to say that I'm talking about the finances. I'm talking about just feeling like I'm responsible for everyone with finances. It does feel like you support others financially, and this is just feeling like a really important thing that is coming up. Do you understand that? Just want to see if this resonates with you. We're just talking about like debt, finances, things like that. Okay. So you support your family financially, is that right? Like you do. Okay. Right. Okay. You understand this is like a big thing in your life right now, because that's the first thing that's coming up, and it's like it's giving me this feeling of like it's like I just want to I just feel like when I'm tapping into it, it's like I want to break out. I want to like crawl out of my own skin because it's just so, it just feels so overwhelming. Okay. So I know that I'm with you, and I know that I'm getting a message just about this specific thing about, and I want to tell you, like, this is specifically about money, be able to support yourself. Okay, because this is the thing that's coming up is like your feelings are legitimate, and that your feelings are you do need to put yourself your emotional needs first. Hmm, hold on 1 second. Okay. I feel like this is a time for you where it's really important that you feel into your own feelings, where you are supporting yourself emotionally. Okay. 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 And I feel that there's like a need to get some outside help with the emotional needs of what you're going through, because I'm going to tell you, like, that burden of finances and the family together it's too much for one person to deal with on their own. So I feel like it's a time where and and there's like, it would really benefit you to talk consistently to like someone to help, any kind of a counselor. Right, because exactly, so it's kind of like this wild like cycle, but I'm just telling you, this is what's coming from the soul. Okay, so okay, when I post this, I'm going to post underneath a link about free counseling, and there's like some really good free counseling things online, because I think it will be helpful towards you, and I'm getting it from your soul that you would need this consistent help to work these things out, and you can't do it on your own. You can't just do it on your own. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, who else is still here? I'm going to try to do one more reading. Let's see here. Tara. Risa. Hi, Carissa. It's so funny. I feel like I'm going towards Carissa here. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go for you, Carissa, for a second here. Just take a second to connect here. Okay. So when I feel into you, Carissa, I'm have like a really, really excited feeling right now, and it's like such a nice, it's like a breath of fresh air. I want to say like it teeters between excitement and anxiety a little bit, but I want to say, like, as I'm going into you, like, there's a lot of really good things happening for you right now with your family, and I'm also feeling like financially, where it's like you can see how these things are going to pan out, or that's like it's just beginning, and so there's a lot of excitement about it. There's like ideas flooding your brain constantly. So at times it becomes anxiety. At times it feels more like anxiety, but it's like you're having these really great ideas about how to get more financially in a way that kind of aligns with you. You have to you understand that you're a person who's like a really good boss. And I feel like you're not totally like stepped into that position of power yet, or like where you're at right now. But these ideas that you're having, because I feel like you branch outside of what you're doing, and that you're like creating something outside of what you're doing, where you're going to be like the director of it. And you're really good at getting people to do what you tell them to do. you're really good at drawing things into your life that you need. And like, that's a good, this is like a period of that happening for you. See something here. Okay. Just see something else here. I feel like also that I'm dealing with, like at home, I want to say that you are dealing, you know, you feel like at home at times you're dealing with a headache. So it's almost like there's these two Carissas going on, where one is like really full of creative energy and lots of really good ideas. And I want to say like a couple of them, you know, whichever ones you go with, they pan out. And it just feels like, you know, a very promising looking situation where it's like you're the boss, you're the one who's like leading the charge kind of thing. And then I want to say at home, there's like this headache feeling a little bit about, let me see. Okay, there feels like there's like a little bit more of like a chaos that happens, or like something that goes on there where it's like you are getting, I don't know if it's dad or it just feels like, yeah, it feels like people are coming at you and like, you are the center of it. Okay, you get that. And you're the center of it. So it's like, I'm just like rubbing my temples because it's like, you're kind of the mom for everyone. And you've had to like, you've had to and felt like you've had to take on that role for other people who are not your children. And they kind of act like your children. You understand like your soul is like asking you to draw larger boundary around yourself, because what's really happening for you is like that good stuff and like these really good ideas about how you want to proceed with your life. But it's like when you get home or whatever, like at home at times, there's love, that's a wonderful place, but at the same time, it's like you're the center of it, and also everyone's coming at you. So it's like you need, oh my gosh, so it's like you need an hour alone every day, or like something like that. And that kind of feels like it's like too much to ask of yourself, like, but it is what you are needing, you know. And it is actually coming at a time where it's like you're figuring out how to get that hour out of the day just for you. And I feel like it's hard because it's like your heart wants to be there for everyone at every moment. And you also have the answers for them. So it's like really hard because it's like they really want you to solve all the problems. But I'm being told to like tell you to like create this boundary. Let me see what else here. Because there's, you know, it's like a lot of stuff. Some of it is really big stuff, like there is this like feeling about like caring for your elders and stuff. Right. Okay. Totally. And there's this like feeling about like caring for the generation above you and like having to make decisions for them as well. And they're big decisions. And like, there is somebody there that it's like, you have to like find some, it feels like a family situation. It feels like the generation above you. I don't know why this is coming up, but it just feels you have to accept that person for who they are. This person's not going to change. Okay. And yes. Okay. Right. Okay. I know that. And it's like, this person's not going to change and I have to accept, but you can change your approach a little bit and take a little bit more care for yourself. And really, it's just like space. It's just like you need the space because you're having a really good ideas for yourself and your family that are really promising. I'm just trying to feel into those a little bit more. Because the first feeling I honestly got was like very excited. Okay. And it's like when these come up, I feel like what happens with you is that you're being called to really trust those intuitive hits that you're getting and those ideas. I'm not getting specific on what the ideas are or anything because I don't know, but I'm just telling you, like, you have to trust in yourself. Because they'll come in and then there's like a lot of doubt about whether or not that's going to work and whether or not, you can do that. Like you can literally see other people doing stuff that you really want to do, but you don't feel like you can do it. But in fact, when you see that, you get excited because you see in them what you're capable of, and you see in them, and you're going to do it a different way, but they're actually more inspiring you. And then it turns into a little bit more of a self-doubt, and it has a lot to do with like how they're doing career and parenting, okay, good. So I feel like, it's just a matter of, trusting in yourself. Okay. And just like knowing, it's interesting because I feel like you have that confidence and you have this like really strong energy where you are like a director of others, and that is part of your soul's calling here. And you will find that, way with your career as well, where it feels more aligned with your purpose, because you're very good at getting people organized around one goal, and you have a lot to offer in that area. Yes, okay. And just trusting that in yourself. Okay. There's just like, okay, the last thing, you're welcome so much. Yeah, because it's like this feeling of like what you want to do. It's like there's a feeling of like you're not experienced at doing that or something like that, but it's okay. Like I just get this sense like, in fact, it's okay because you hold yourself to a much higher standard, and you can kind of learn on the job because you're very quick and you'll pick it up. And that's what I'm getting for you. Okay. Thank you so much, Carissa. That was awesome. So I can tell like I'm pretty spent here. I will just tell you guys, I'll just put my website here. I actually finally like put a website up. It doesn't have anything about me on it, like about my journey or anything about mediumship and how this all like happened. I haven't written that yet. And like, that's probably the most important thing I need to get up there. But thank you, Carissa, so much. Thank you, guys. This was really awesome. I used to do these like a little bit more often, and I'd like to continue them. I just like wonder if YouTube, I just feel like YouTube maybe is not, like I might want to switch it to Facebook Live. So, if you guys follow on Facebook, my page, you can find it through my website. I think I might rather do Facebook Live because YouTube's a little bit more like random, and you guys are welcome so much. This is really like awesome for me because I feel like I get so much out of it that like I feel like, this is like a healing session for me. I'm really shocked at everyone's like faith in me and stuff. So that's really awesome. I appreciate it so much because I feel that I've been really fortunate, and I don't have a lot of people who are too cynical who like come in. It's like when I fill into you guys psychically in this group and everything, it's like a very open group. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I am going to post this. So yes, thank you, Mary. And you guys can see all my services and stuff on my website. And I'm going to post this. So I know it was like a private link, but it will be up on YouTube. And what else did I want to say? And then you guys can like subscribe to my newsletter. I'm doing like a once a month thing where I'm basically doing some oracle readings. I do them like a little bit on my Instagram now, where they're general readings, but I think when you happen to see them, I think it's helpful because I kind of look for signs everywhere. And so now I'm finally like trying to share that with others. Like I basically feel like everything's connected and everything's a miracle. So when I see stuff, I take it all, you know, like I'm meant to see it. And that's kind of how I've been like operating for a while now. And it's just a way, it's a really fun way to interact with your own self, where everything has purpose and meaning. It can get a little like exhausting if you take it too seriously, but it can be really fun. And so even in a general reading like this, and if there's some message that you got tonight, I feel very much that that's on purpose, because I feel it's a small group, like your soul was drawn to be here. And your soul is meant to have that experience with the rest of us. So even the messages resonate for me as well. So yeah, and thank you guys for all bringing your loved ones with you in spirit. And it's like amazing how it works. In person, it would be a lot easier probably, like if you were all in the room. So it's amazing that this works online like this, where I can't see you guys' faces. And yeah, that there's always someone who understands the description is so cool. So and just send you guys off with all their love, because like, as you could tell, probably like I start building up, receiving a lot of energy, and basically it's all coming for you guys. So I just make the intention to send it out to the group, and it's like a healing, kind of like how Reiki works remotely. I believe that it goes out towards you guys when I intend to do it, but also it would anyway from spirit. They do come through me at these readings, but just to be with you. So it's a really beautiful thing. It's nice to share it, because also like in a group setting, I've never tried to go really do this in person. I'm not sure if when that would ever happen and stuff like that. So it is like a great opportunity to work on the group readings and doing it my own way a little bit. A lot of mediums, they don't do the psychic portion in a group setting, but I think it all comes from one source, and we all receive just as much as when we tap into your soul, as when we tap into souls who are passed on, because our souls are really full of wisdom for us, and we just kind of elected to come to Earth and kind of forget that stuff so that we could have these experiences. So Earth life can be really hard, but there's these outlets that we're also given if you're willing to look at them and willing to have an open heart. So I really appreciate that you guys are willing to believe in this stuff and believe in and just come with an open heart. So it's really awesome. And thank you so much for coming. And in the newsletters, I'll let you know when the next live reading will be. And then, I might do it on Facebook, or I might do it here, but I'll just give you the link, and you can like share it with people who you think might need it or whatever. And then, I'm available for private readings and stuff too. So subscribe if you want to the YouTube channel, because I'll be posting videos, oracle readings, and energy forecasts for the month and stuff. I think I'm going to try to keep up with that a little bit. I'm not sure where all of that's going, but it's fun because that's the kind of stuff I like to do for myself. So I might as well like share it with, others. And on Instagram I share the most, and that's now, where it's more like a daily message with my artwork. So so do follow that if you're interested. And you guys also I also suggest that if you did get a reading tonight, to go back and re-listen, because sometimes, like, I might say something that didn't resonate with you tonight, but it could make sense a little bit later. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, that's great, Mary. Thank you so much. Okay. Wow. Yeah, Spirit is always like communicating with us. And if you're ever questioning whether or not, like, it was like you felt like it was a sign from, let's say, your grandpa or your mom or your brother in spirit, and you really weren't sure, but you're like, was that, like, I keep seeing this number 23, and he was 23 when he passed, and I just feel like it's him, like, trying to say hi. So you just ask for him again, and you say, God, Spirit, brother, whoever it is, if this is you, please send this again, and, like, make sure that I know that it's you when you send it again. So they really do work to try to get you to know that they're okay. And it's like, I don't know what they have to go through to make things like that happen, because it's kind of like crazy, and I keep saying my grandfather's name on buses and vans, and it was like, is that you, Grandpa? And it's like, how does he manage to send a bus across, like, where I'm seeing it? And it's like, Collins, his last name, or Eddie, his first name, I've seen on a bus. Like, how is this possible? So how does he, like, manage to make this driver turn at just the right time so I'm going to see it? And then what's really important too is say, what was I feeling or thinking at that moment? So it's like they're having a conversation with you. So it's like you might have been worried about something, and they want to say, don't worry, and they send a sign. So you can have those conversations on your own with Spirit. So I just wanted to leave you with that, okay? All right. Sending lots of love out to you guys. Thanks so much for joining. This was really awesome. Thank you. Okay, see you next time.